Missed out on breakfast? Fret not. It's never too late to grab a bite.
All right, so October the 2nd is designated as World Peace Day by the Soka Gakkai, which is a global Buddhist movement.
Oh.
The date commemorates the first overseas trip by Soka Gakkai President Daisaku Ikeda on October the 2nd, 1960, marking a crucial step in transforming this movement into an international organization dedicated to promoting peace. Not to be confused with the International Day of Peace, which is observed around the world each year on the 21st of September, established by the United Nations.
All right.
So British artist and activist Gerald Holtham designed the peace emblem in 1958, which you can see on the screen there, for the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament.
Yeah.
He based its look on the semaphore flag movements for an N, which is two flags pointed down at angles, and D, which is one flag straight up, the other straight down, for nuclear disarmament. The campaign produced a series of ceramic buttons with the symbol for demonstrations, but the design was embraced around the world and became a general anti-war symbol.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, when you think about peace, what image comes to mind or what symbol comes to mind? I think this is one of the more popular ones. Kind of like the Mercedes-Benz logo as well.
Yes.
Almost.
Yeah, with an extra line at the bottom.
Yes,
right?
but upon my due diligence, I found that Mercedes did not take inspiration
related.
from the peace
No
emblem.
connection.
So it's not the only symbol of peace. Here are a few others. You may be familiar with the olive branch, which has been used as a symbol for peace and end of conflict. And that dates back to ancient Greece, where it was worn by brides and bestowed on Olympic winners.
Oh.
Okay. Why olive, so? Is there something peaceful about olives?
Ancient Greeks believed that olive branches represented plenty and drove away evil spirits. And an olive branch was one of the attributes of Irene, the Greek goddess of peace. Known as Pax to the Romans, she appeared on Roman imperial coins with an olive branch. And the Roman poet Virgil associated the plump olive with Pax and used the olive branch as a symbol of peace. Now, in the early cultivation of the olive, it took years for the trees to bear fruit for the harvest, so it was believed that anyone who planted olive groves must be expecting a long period of peace.
Ah,
I see.
got it. Iron rice bowl.
Indeed. Next, we move on to the dove, which has been a symbol of peace and innocence for thousands of years across many different cultures. In ancient Greek mythology, it was a symbol of love and the renewal of life. And in ancient Japan, a dove carrying a sword symbolized the end of war. Early Christians portrayed baptism accompanied by a dove, often on their tombs. And in the story of Noah in the Bible, when the flood waters receded, Noah sent out a dove which returned with an olive leaf to show that the biblical flood was over and that life had returned to earth.
Do you know how I know this story? I believe that in some kindergartens, they actually act out the story of Noah's Ark. And they actually had it was a little boy or girl, but, flying in as a dove.
This was during your kindergarten experience?
No. During my kids' kindergarten experience.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Cute.
All right. Well, I hold the V sign up to that one because that's our next one. The V gesture, middle and index fingers raised, is a versatile and long-lived one. It was promoted by BBC presenter Douglas Colonel Britain Ritchie. Resistance fighters in German-occupied territories used it as a symbol of camaraderie and strength during World War II. It is also the first letter of the French, Flemish, and English words for victory. UK Prime Minister Winston Churchill adopted it to stand for the English victory, and Charles de Gaulle was known to flash a full arm version of the V sign during speeches. Extended to embody the end of that conflict, it was then co-opted by 1960s lefties as an anti-war symbol, though they certainly had no exclusive domain over it. I don't know if you remember this, but you know your US presidents pretty well. President Richard Nixon famously flashed two Vs upon his exit from the White House.
What? Okay, and you've got to be careful to face it the right way.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Outwards.
Outwards, yeah. Next we move on to the broken rifle. London-based group War Resisters International uses an illustration of two hands literally breaking a rifle in two as its logos. It was founded in 1921, and the alliance is active in more than 40 countries and uses the cross-cultural simplicity of the emblem to convey its message.
I like it. This may be my favorite one yet.
Really?
The broken rifle, yeah.
Okay,
Makes some sense.
All right. And finally, we move to the rainbow. Now, the rainbow is nowadays used by many popular movements for peace and the environment. Back in 1923, a rainbow flag was designed by the International Cooperative Movement in Basel, Switzerland, to celebrate the movement's ideas of economic efficiency, equality, international solidarity, and peace. For a peace march in 1961, pacifist Aldo Capitini had several colored stripes of material sewn together by women in Perugia to make a flag which could be used for a march from Perugia to Assisi. There you have it.
All right.
All right.
Very cool.
Very peaceful look at what are symbols that come to mind.
Yeah, and we can all use a little bit of peace.
We can.